So in this video, we're looking at weeks 4 to 8 after an ACL reconstruction. So the first 4 weeks, you're really working on making sure you're getting full knee extension. And then as a result of getting full knee extension, your knee flexion is going to come anyway. So now from weeks 4 to 8, you get to do some more exciting stuff in your rehab and start the strengthening process. The biggest thing though that we need to be mindful of is that knee has deconditioned or is not used to the load anymore. So we need to be very systematic in how much load we're putting inside of that knee, but still trying to activate as much of that muscle to get it all fired up and start the strengthening process again. What I want to do is run you through some of our go-to strengthening exercises that you can do in weeks 4 to 8, and then look at some of the progressions that we can add to these over time. The first exercise we like to add in is a wall squat with pauses. The reason why we like this is because with the pause, we're activating a lot of your muscle fiber, but not having the repetitive load of doing repetitions of squats, like air squats or goblet squats or even box squats. So basically with this exercise, you're going to lean up against the wall. You're going to come down, so down, hold for 3, 1, 2, 3, down, hold for 3, 1, 2, 3, down, hold for 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going back up. So up, again, hold, 1, 2, 3, up, hold, 1, 2, 3, up, hold, 1, 2, 3. With this exercise, you could add a fit ball in behind your back. It makes this a little bit easier to move up and down the wall by taking the friction away. To make this more difficult as your knee is managing, you can either increase the reps or you can also increase the weight by holding a plate or holding a dumbbell. So the process is the same. You're literally moving down and pausing in those positions and then moving back up. As things are progressing well, the next progression from that squat is I like to do a box squat or a goblet box squat. So basically with your dumbbell, concentrating on where your heels are, so pushing them into the ground, making sure that your knees are tracking out, holding that position, up and down. I like to control this movement by having a box, just because the deeper levels of flexion, the more pressure and grinding that you're going to place through the actual joint or meniscus itself, and we're just wanting to let that surface settle in these early phases of strength. Now, the second exercise that we like to incorporate is some form of bridging. So, first of all, with your knees bent up, we're going to get you to lift your pelvis up off the ground and back down. As you're becoming better with this exercise, you can either add a plate onto your stomach to increase the load, or you can move into a single leg bridge. I really like adding the single leg bridge in as soon as we can, because it's starting that process of making sure you're stabilising through those glutes and the pelvis. Another way I like to progress this exercise is raising my foot up on a step, just changing the angle of how the hamstring is working. And then for those patients that are really progressing well, we like to use a fit ball. So with this, you're looking to lift up into that bridge position, hamstring curl, back down. As they're really progressing along the way, this will be transitioned into a single leg, bridge, and curl. Third exercise we like to incorporate is some form of step up or single leg exercise. So with a step up, you could use a smaller step than this, but we're looking at hip stability and just stepping up, like so. An alternative to this would be your single leg lunge, or your Bulgarian options. The fourth exercise we like to use is a variation of the crab walk. So the bend is just above your knees. You're in that sort of semi-squatted position. We actually like to jockey. So we're coming back on the back 45, looking at controlling that movement, making sure that we're activating those glutes. Now, finishing it off, our fifth exercise that we like to do in the first 6 to 8 weeks after an ACL injury is the start of a single leg squat. This is great for your stability and also your muscle activation. Quite often I like someone to use a stick or a staff just to help with their stability. They could use a bench that's nearby. You're going to be standing on that one leg and you're just going to be working on that control. Now this surface can be higher if you need, if you're finding that you're a little bit wobbly. As your stability improves, you can get rid of that stick and really work on your control on the way down and the way up. Again, as you're getting better and better, the height of this is going to be reduced, which is going to be increasing the demand, and you can also add weight to the exercise. So that's my 5 go-to strength exercises to use in those 4 to 8 weeks post-ACL reconstruction. The main reason for these particular exercises is that we're trying to activate the muscle without overly loading that knee. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to reduce some of the weight bearing through there, and we're also trying to reduce the number of repetitions of knee flexion and extension during that strengthening exercise. Hope this helps. Let us know in the comments below if there's anything else that you're wanting to find out about knee reconstructions.